Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to In This Together, Practices for Living Through Uncertain Times. I'm Reverend Laura Hallett. I'm the spiritual leader for Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. And these Wednesday evening talks are designed to give us practical tools to help us move through some of the challenges we face in our current world. In times like this, we don't need platitudes. We need grounded, soul-anchoring practices that help us stay awake and aware and conscious and compassionate. This month we are focusing our talks on the practice of mindfulness and how we can use mindfulness for our mental health and well-being. Tonight's talk is about taking that opportunity to pause and giving ourselves permission to experience that pause in our lives. We live in a culture that glorifies exhaustion. Busyness has become a badge of honor. Overwhelm has become our normal state of being. And rest is often treated like laziness instead of wisdom. Many people are physically tired. They're emotionally depleted, mentally overstimulated, and unfortunately spiritually disconnected from themselves. And yet we keep on pushing. Mindfulness offers us something that is quite countercultural. It offers us the permission to pause. Not because we're weak, not because we're needy, but because we are human. Our nervous systems were never designed for this constant input. They were not designed for nonstop stimulation. But our nervous systems are constantly absorbing what's happening around us, the news, the notifications, the noise, the conflict, the pressure, the uncertainty, the emotional overload, and it happens all day long. Many people no longer know what true rest actually feels like. Even when the body stops moving, the mind keeps racing. Mindfulness helps us restore what chronic stress steals from us. It helps us become more present with what's going on. It helps us regulate our body systems better. It provides a spaciousness that is necessary for us. It helps us with our breath and our inner steadiness. But this rest is not just physical. Sometimes people who sleep 8 hours wake up feeling exhausted because the exhaustion is not a physical sensation. Sometimes it's because our souls are very, very tired. We're tired from carrying worry, from overfunctioning, from people-pleasing, from emotional suppression, from constant productivity, from never feeling like we're enough. Mindfulness helps us notice when we have drifted too far away from ourselves. It asks us, what is your body trying to say right now? What emotions have gone unattended? What would happen if I stopped functioning for just a moment, stopped forcing myself to respond to everything? And what if healing actually requires this gentleness instead of more forced effort? In our mindfulness practice, we have 3 components to it. The first one is being present with what is. The second one is becoming aware of what is. And the third component is not judging what we're aware of. And so in this mindfulness practice that we engage in, the pause itself becomes that sacred moment, that moment where we can become aware of what's going on. And it happens in the present moment. It can happen in a conscious breath, in just a quiet moment. It can happen when we place our hand on our hearts, or where we just sit and breathe for a moment of silence. These moments actually begin to recalibrate us. The world teaches us urgency, but mindfulness teaches us about presence. And presence is what restores us. Many people experiencing burnout are not simply overworked. They are disconnected from their inner signals. They've stopped paying attention to what's going on inside of them. They override with fatigue. They ignore emotions. They dismiss feelings of need. And they push through the discomfort. But mindfulness helps us rebuild that inner ability to listen. And so instead of asking, how much more can I get done today? We begin to ask, what supports life within me? And that question changes the quality of our life significantly. From a spiritual perspective, rest is not absence, it's receptivity. Rest is where we can actually begin to feel the presence, where we can begin to become aware of what's going on. Those moments of stillness allow us to hear deeper currents of wisdom beneath the noise of the world. One of the mystics that we study, Joel Goldsmith, often emphasized the importance of that inner stillness and that receptivity to our spiritual awareness. We can't become aware of spirit if we don't slow down and allow ourselves to rest. And so much healing arises from not striving harder, but from becoming quiet enough to receive. And sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do is to stop pushing against life for a few moments and simply breathe. Mindfulness does not require that we escape our life. It actually asks us to enter our life more consciously. Tiny moments begin to matter more and more. One mindful breath before answering the phone can make a huge difference. Feeling the warm water on your hands while you're washing the dishes and actually observing the soothing quality of that. Stepping outside and allowing the sunlight to warm your face. Sitting silent for 60 seconds. Noticing the tension in your shoulders and letting it soften. Or drinking that cup of tea or coffee slowly instead of rushing through it. And actually feel it as the warmth of it runs down into your chest. These small acts of awareness become nervous system medicine. They become the actual things that will change our experience greatly. So let's take a moment here and practice that. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a permission to rest and to become aware of what we're experiencing as we're resting. So I invite you to get comfortable in your seat and begin to take in a slow breath. Breathe it in easily, gently, and then exhale it. And do that again. And as you do, allow your shoulders to drop. Maybe loosen the muscles in your neck. Allow your jaw to soften. And just continue to breathe. And imagine that with every breath, your body is receiving the message. You do not have to do anything right now. Feel the chair supporting you. Feel the earth beneath you grounding you. If thoughts arise up about what you should be doing now instead of taking this moment, just let those drift away. We rarely allow ourselves to be held in the moment and just simply be. But what a gift it is. If you're having difficulty with this, here's some affirmations you can repeat. In this moment, I give myself permission to pause. I release the pressure I feel to fix anything. I release the pressure I feel to hold everything together. I simply allow myself to rest in the presence, in this perfect moment. And now take a moment to do a gentle body scan. Just start at the top of your head and allow your awareness to move on down your body. And as you do so, notice if there's any areas of tension or any areas of fatigue. And without trying to change anything, simply offer yourself a little bit of kindness and compassion to those places. Imagine your breath flowing there softly and gently, easing everything. And just do this for a few moments. Allow your awareness to move all the way down your body. And now return your awareness to your breath and silently affirm, this rest is sacred. I allow this moment of stillness to restore me. I do not have to earn this peace. I am worthy of gentleness and care. I rest in the stillness. And take in a nice deep breath. And slowly return your awareness to the room. You can return to this pause at any time. It only takes a moment to allow yourself to be recentered, to be grounded. Use your breath as your anchor. Allow it to return you to that place of stillness, that place of peace, that place where the presence is felt so beautifully. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you here again next week for In This Together. Good night.